Hi, everyone. My name is Samantha. I am from Harare, Zimbabwe. I'm a portfolio manager of 8 years at a company called Educate. I am currently learning about Salesforce administration through Supermums, and I joined in February 2023. And so that makes this my third month learning about Salesforce administration. Okay, so I'll just walk you through my career path. I'm a portfolio manager for about 8 years, and in those 8 years, I decided to really hone in on what my passion was and what I really liked. I was feeling a little bit, unfulfilled, and during that time, I had been enrolled in a course for certification for customer experience management. This was after I sat down and I thought, okay, which part of my job do I actually really enjoy the most? And it pointed me to that I loved interacting with clients, making sure they have good experiences, interacting with the partners and managing those relationships. And in customer experience management is where I learned about CRM platforms, and one of them being Salesforce. And so that was the first time I heard about Salesforce. And I got my certification in December 2022. And in January, someone told me about an opportunity to learn more about Salesforce through Salesforce administration. And I took that and I ran with it. And then they did advise that it was going to be through Supermums. And I was so excited because it really spoke to the career journey I had mapped for myself. After it was almost like this self-discovery of who I am and what do I want to do, what impact do I want to make in my environment, and I also wanted that to tie in with something that was tech related, something that was future focusing, and Salesforce does that, and Supermums was such a, to me, I got the name really sort of tickled my fancy. I was like, Supermums, so is it only women? It's gonna be so cool. And but yeah, I did learn that we are not only women, it's for a whole lot of other men as well are included. We've got a guy in our cohort. And so yeah, so that's how I started my journey in Supermums. It's been such an interesting and fulfilling experience so far. So yeah, so that's how I managed to that's how I got to know about Supermums and how I got to start what I'm doing, which is Salesforce administration. I liked the fact that there's so much accountability in the program. I am, diligent in certain areas, but, sometimes I take time. I like the fact that, there's a mentor who's checking up on you, checking on your work and making sure you are in check. And you also have colleagues in the cohort that you can always reach out to, and they're ready to help. I love the community of Supermums. I also like the learning, the way we learn, the learning route we use. I feel like it's interactive, it's practical. So I'm not only learning the theory side, I'm also practically learning how to build orgs and things that I had never heard of. And now, I sound fancy when I talk about trailheads and orgs and dev orgs and stuff. So yeah, I think so far I've really enjoyed it. It's really been insightful. It's scary sometimes because I felt lost, like, okay, am I doing the right thing? What have I gotten myself into? But because of my mentors, because of my colleagues, my peers, I managed to go through the hurdles I've come across so far. Recently, I did a trail where I learned about the various options available to me through Salesforce, through this training. And I think what really resonated with me was the business analysis route and the Salesforce administration route as well. So I see my career going towards more of the support, structure, and just maybe Salesforce administration or business analysis routes. So that's where really I see it going. I'm exploring as I go. I know for a fact that coding and the back end stuff could not maybe be something that I'm really good at, because it sounds complicated for me. But I really enjoy being an administrator, being helping people, solve their problems, giving them solutions, and making things seamless for them. So I really see myself transitioning and becoming a Salesforce professional, and someone who's what you call it, like what's the word? Like an expert, exactly, an expert in the field, a consultant later on in the years. But currently, because of where I am in my life, I'm recently married, and I want something that's a bit more stable. So I'm looking more for the stability of being a Salesforce admin, but then later on in life, I'm actually seeing myself being a consultant and taking projects, as when they come. In my country, I've just been doing a research on, the companies that are already using Salesforce, and there are not many of them. In fact, a lot of people don't know what it is. So I also see that as a big opportunity, even to share the knowledge of what Salesforce is and become recognized as an expert in my country regarding Salesforce. Of course, the first few weeks were hectic. I was trying to find my footing. Also, I'm in a different time zone, and and it was just a lot. It seemed like a lot, but the moment I structured my days and I made sure that I put in time each day to do something. If it's 3 hours a day, I'll have to put this aside just to focus on doing the work, on reading and researching. It's because it's something that I'm committed to doing, and it's not for the course is not for like 3 years or anything. It's for 6 months, and so I've put aside that 6 months to really focus on planning my day, incorporating what I'm doing into the whole course, and also just making sure that I'm not totally unavailable for my husband, Shay. But he just knows that in a certain time after work, I just need maybe an hour or two after work, just to to focus, and then I make sure I still have family time. But it was really just about planning my day and structuring it. I find it now less overwhelming than I did the first maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I really found it overwhelming, but now I think I've caught up even with the work, and it seems a bit more balanced now. And I've also I think it's also important to let your family know that, listen, this is what's going to take, and they'll support you. They love you. They want you they want to see you succeed. So they'll support you, and they'll make contingencies to sort of help you succeed. And it's for a season. And once it's done, we can go back to normal settings. I've really appreciated having a mentor, and it has also taught me a lot about what a mentor is. I think if you're not in the know, you just think a mentor is just supposed to offload and you just take in. But it's taught me to take responsibility of my work, and it's more me, engaging. It's a two-way thing. I need to do my part, and she does her part. And it's been helpful in the fact that she's calmed my nerves a lot of the time. She's so wonderful, and she's relatable. And so she it's someone that she's also married with kids, and we have and understanding, and she gets it when I tell her this. It's been overwhelming, and because of her expertise, she then shares ways we could try to handle it. You can try to sort of structure it, and ways to just cope. And I found that very helpful. I found it felt like I was walking with somebody on this journey, and somebody who cared. She really showed a lot of care in the work that I was doing, and a lot of knowledge as well of the course that we're doing. And yeah, so I think it's also taught me to always be ready, with my own work, and not just wait for the mentor to offload, but it taught me to take accountability and responsibility of the journey, and make it a two-way relationship, as to say. Absolutely. I mean, I came to Supermums with absolutely no knowledge of Salesforce, no anything of Salesforce. And I never felt as if, I was a beginner, or I felt so comfortable learning, and everyone has been so patient. And you'll be shocked at how much you learn in the space of 3 weeks, things that you had never come across in your whole life, and suddenly you have a knowledge of that. So I would encourage anyone who's thinking to upskill through Salesforce using Supermums to go for it. And it wasn't just me who was interacting with Salesforce for the first time. We're a whole bunch of us. And it helps, and even the sessions that we have are so practical, and they help you to learn, and it's so simple how they put it across. Even if it seems difficult, you always eventually get it right. So I would just encourage anyone who's thinking about it that Supermums is such a cool community. If you want to learn, if you want to learn from others, I had the great opportunity of learning from others who are not in my country, one in a different time zone. And, it was just interesting to exchange ideas and to learn. It's for anybody. You don't have to be a techie. You don't have to know anything about Salesforce. You can start from zero, where I started from. And it can only be up from there.